Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to race number 3 of the second season of the NASCAR Busch Series powered by the WRA. Getting set to go racing here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Boyd Gaming 300. 67 laps of racing coming your way for the Busch drivers. A longer race than our truck race yesterday, which, by the way, that was a caution-free race. What will we see here with these drivers for 67 laps of racing? We're going to have to wait and see. Tyler Ware starts on the pole position, comes this race 28th in the points table. So he's looking to try to get himself away from that 30th in the standings. He is only a mere point ahead of the 30th in the standings cut line to stay locked in the show. He is alongside of Olivia Jackson. Did not race last week at Rockingham, North Carolina after having the flu. So she ended up not showing up to Rockingham, North Carolina, just to make sure nobody got sick. She is, by the way, 41st in the points table. Brady Columbus making her rookie debut in the Busch Series, and Dylan Ibrahimian alongside Ibrahimian 24th in the point standings coming into this race. While you look at the rest of the starting lineup for today's race here at Las Vegas, and we're going to go ahead and get these cars rolling off. As the 42 car field is rolling off onto the track. I need to actually turn the volume down because it's too loud with my ears. So there we go. Daniel Gitiroyk is the points leader and also the rookie points leader by 3 points over K Langeland. T Tupola third in the standings, 6 points back. Alex Winters second in the rookie of the year standings, 7 points back in fourth. J Palmer gained 12 spots up to fifth. Morgan Le Fay dropped 4 spots down to sixth. Abigail Stone gained 2 spots up to seventh. Bora Park jumped up 6 spots up to eighth. 7 spots gained is Quentin Moore. He's ninth in the standings. And Courtney Lynn will complete your top 10. She is a total of 22 points behind the points lead after 2 races that have been run today. And now here we come to the front straightaway, and race number 3 of the Busch Series is underway. Let's go racing, drivers. Brady Columbus not wasting any time as she's going to try to take the lead from the Menard Chevrolet. Brady Columbus has not raced since 2016. That's been a long time for her. She will lead the first lap of this race. Olivia Jackson will now move into second if she can clear the 81, but looks like the 81 is fighting back on the high side. There's Lauren Grubius. She is going to be racing in tomorrow's Winston Cup Series race, as she's going to lose a spot to Suni Sue. She just got done qualifying 40th for tomorrow's Winston Cup. Of course, she's replacing the suspended Ben Erickson. Ben Erickson was suspended because of what happened at Rockingham, North Carolina last week, where he caused a wreck under the yellow flag. So he is not going to be racing for the next 3 races, which means he will have to qualify on time at our 6th venue. So Lauren Grubius got her work cut out for her this weekend. Of course, up here having a good run at the front. There's Ashlyn Wright, Finished in the top 10 in yesterday's Craftsman Truck Series race. Well needed top 10 run. Got herself almost out of the danger zone of having to qualify her way into the 5th race for the Truck Series. Currently running right now in the top 10, trying to go by the points leader, D Gitiroyk. Ashland's 13th in the points coming into this race, so she's having a very good start to the year. Callie Springer almost went 3 wide with Tyler Ware, Lauren Grubius. And Brady Columbus is now pulling away. And she has now set sail as she's currently leading this race. Remember, the only on-track activity we had here today was Winston Cup qualifying. Let's check the rear of the field, by the way. Alex Winters back here at the rear of the field, along with London Jackson, so their cars might not be handling well. There's Addison Peterson, trying to make all 3 races. Unfortunately, failed to qualify for the Winston Cup race. Had a very good run in yesterday's Truck Series event. She is a Truck Series driver, making her first Busch Series start of her career. There's Samit Ozkan, K Langeland. Luna Farmer going to be making her Winston Cup Series debut tomorrow afternoon, driving the number 60. She raced her way into tomorrow's Winston Cup race from Go qualifying earlier today, so she's had some on-track activity so far today. What can she learn today that will help her for her rookie debut tomorrow afternoon? We'll have to see. She dropped 13 spots to 25th in the points, so she needs a bounce-back result here this week. Bora Park, there was almost contact up there at the front. Bora Park almost made her Winston Cup debut, came up short. 76 bounced off of the 41 to 56. That's why I said that was close, almost a wreck there. Almost our first caution of the weekend because our truck race went caution-free yesterday. There's Liliana Bata and making her 2nd start of the year. Liliana Bata, the Coca-Cola winner. Not running for the Busch Championship, just running a limited schedule. Liliana Bata just using this race as a practice to help her out for tomorrow afternoon's Winston Cup Series race. Currently 22nd in the points table. And the 64 is 2 for 2, by the way, with 2 different drivers. There's Brenda Eveling, failed to qualify for the Winston Cup race tomorrow. Josh Harmon. At Sarah, there's Morgan Le Fay, Abigail Lynn. Back up front, Brady Columbus still leading the way. In that number 16, this is Brady's first start of her career in the Busch Series. As I said, she's a former Monster Energy Series driver. Here comes Lauren Grubius in the 43. Of course, Lauren Gruby is going to be in the 41 Winston Cup car. As I said, didn't have a good qualifying, but then again, it was the first time she was in the Winston Cup car, so it's like, she's still trying to adapt to it. We don't know if Ben Erickson. We know Ben Erickson is going to be back, but I don't know if World Knots Racing is going to sit him out for the rest of the year and have Groovius be in that car for the rest of the year. We're going to have to wait and see. Of course, Groovius is locked in the show because of the fact that 41 was in the top 35 in owner points. We probably won't find out what World Knots Racing's plan is going to be until we get into tomorrow afternoon's Winston Cup race. Callie Springer in the 40. Callie Springer making her I want to say this is her debut race, if I'm not mistaken, and it looks like it is. Wow, Groovius went way up the racetrack. Looked like that car just took off, like it just did not want to turn. Olivia Jackson, remember one of the Jackson girls failed to qualify. That would be Violet Jackson, so she's not racing, but she's still here at the track watching her sisters. As Brady Columbus, currently our race leader, Callie Springer, right now in second, Olivia Jackson third, Jamie Bonang fourth, Mohammed Zine in fifth, Lauren Gruby is sixth, Tyler Ware, our pole sitter, is seventh, Suni Sue eighth, Abigail Lynn is ninth, and Morgan Le Fay completes your top 10. Quentin Moore back here at the rear of the field. Addison Peterson just trying to learn today. This is her last race of the weekend, so she will be going home after this weekend, after today's race. But very happy she got to make the show this week. That's the only good thing we can say about that. Rosalinda Masterson not having a good run. Marcus Sellers trying to get back in the top 30 in the points table. Courtney Lynn's back here. Of course, that's a driver running well in points. Gabe Limpton got himself enough points to qualify into Las Vegas, not having to worry about Gorgon qualifying. Of course, there will be a new paint scheme for Abigail Stone beginning next week at Phoenix. There's the gal that came as first in that critical 30th in the standings. That is Jessie Art. She needs a good run to get away from 30th in the standings so she doesn't have to qualify her way in. She already failed to qualify for the Winston Cup race. And there's Luna Farmer. Farmer came into this race 25th in the points. She cannot ill afford another bad finish. As the 40 is starting to catch up to the 16. You have two girls from two different backgrounds. Callie Springer, the younger sister to Ari Springer, and Brady Columbus, who we haven't seen her since the Monster Energy Series in 2016 when she drove the number 42 Clorox Chevrolet for Chip Ganassi Racing, which was on the BR15 at the time. Callie Springer just caught up to the 16. Now, the big question, we didn't see this in the truck race because they went 54 laps on a tank of fuel. The question is, these drivers cannot make it 66 laps on a tank of fuel. So, with that being said, will we see pit stops in this race? Really impressed to see. Really impressed for Brady Columbus leading this race. For a driver who causes issues with Leo Einstein back in the day, where she's caused a number of incidents, got put on probation. For a driver who's been hated in the past and being the Danica Patrick of people blaming on drivers, she's really doing a much better job as far as gaining her respect to her competitors. And she's racing a very good young Callie Springer who has no experience. So it's like, yeah, Brady Columbus is a rookie in this series, but she's helping the 40 with whatever line, to race at here in this series. Of course, Brady Columbus. She is from Des Moines, Iowa. 24 years old. Or wait, hold on. Actually, she's 20. Hold on, let me look. She's 28 years old. Of course, she was 18 when she raced in the Monster Energy Series. So she's really just been trying to work on, improving not just her behavior on track, but also her behavior off track. That's Callie Springer. We're going to take it on board with Callie Springer to see what it's like driving here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You can tell how much off the throttle she is going through the center of the corner, so the car really definitely getting a little tighter and tighter as the run goes on. Just past the halfway point of this race. Quentin Morris really dropped down the 40th. So he's really dropped like a rock. Jesse Art back to 25th. Yeah, Jesse's really been struggling with the handling on her race car this weekend. Ashlyn Wright running in 20th. I think we're starting to see some drivers with the long run car really playing a factor. Forgot to charge my phone last night. So I'm charging it right now while I'm also checking up on the points. The two girls have a nice gap over third place M Zain. Muhammad is 18th in the points, dropped 5 spots after Rockingham last week. Olivia Jackson. J Palmer running in 5th. Good run for J Palmer, having a quiet run. Lauren Grubius in 6th. K Amirmoez 7th. J Bodine, Abigail Lynn, Brenda Eveling will complete your top 10. Not sure if Brady Columbus is going to be doing some races in the Winston Cup Series later this season. We will see. I think more than likely her big focus is going to be on just the Busch Series going forward. I know Callie Springer is going to be guaranteed to attempt a couple of races in the Winston Cup Series later in the year. Abigail Lynn, Brenda Eveling. Brenda Eveling's 0 for 3 in the Winston Cup Series as far as the points are concerned. Can you believe the 24 car, a dominant name for Hendrick, Zippo points on the board after three races in? Who would have predicted that before the season? And the caution is out. For the first time this race weekend, the caution is out. Got a driver on pit road. I'm not sure who it is. Callie Springer just overtook under the yellow. Okay, she's going to give it back. Okay. The caution is out for the first time today. Brenda Eveling's involved. Josh Harmon. A couple of these drivers came to pit road. Oh, boy. First caution of the weekend and of the day. No doubt these drivers are going to come to pit road. 45 laps, definitely good time to make some adjustments. But while these drivers are coming to pit road, let's jump back, look at a replay to see what brought out our first caution of the day and of the weekend here at Las Vegas. This is what happened going into turn number 3. Don't know if Josh Harmon came up or Brenda Eveling came down. Whatever the case, the two made contact and whammo into the wall. Josh Harmon goes roof first into the wall. And Brenda Eveling was an innocent bystander. Eveling was running 10th at the time of the crash, 11th for Josh Harmon. And that was roof first into the wall. And I believe some drivers came to pit road when the pits were closed, so they were trying to make green flag pit stops, but unfortunately they might have been trapped a lap down as a result and could possibly get a penalty for pitting when the pits were closed. So a tough break for both Josh Harmon and for Brenda Eveling. For Brenda Eveling, that is definitely not what she needed. 29th in the points. This will drop her out of the top 30 in the standings, and Josh Harmon, who raced his way in, he's going to still have to try to qualify his way in next week at Phoenix as we're going to head to the restart here at Las Vegas. Well, for the first time this weekend, our first yellow of the weekend. Of course, remember, we went caution-free in the Craftsman Truck Series race. We went 45 laps clean and green in the race. That's the leader, Callie Springer. All the drivers in front of her that came to pit road are all on the tail end of the lead lap as we're going to go back to green with less than 20 to go, 19 to be exact. Callie Springer, the leader. Brady Columbus, second. Mohammed Zain, third. J.J. Palmer, fourth. K Amirmoez, fifth. Lauren Grubia, sixth. Abigail Lynn, seventh. Jamie Bodine, eighth. Ninth is Bora Park, and Olivia Jackson will complete the top 10. Morgan Le Fay will lead us back to the green flag. Her, Liliana Beta, Daniel Gitiroyk, the 36 of April Winters, Abigail Stone, and also Xavier Allsopp, all on the tail end of the lead lap. Drivers out after that incident, just the two that were involved, Josh Harmon and Brenda Eveling. So Brenda Eveling's going to have to attempt to qualify her way into the show next week. It's all going to depend if the 64 is still in the top 30 in points as far as the drivers is concerned. Green flag back in the air. Back underway here at Las Vegas. First time the leaders have dealt with been in traffic all day. And Brady Columbus not wasting any time. And she's going to take the race lead. Of course, 40 drivers all on the lead lap as was our first single file restart. We didn't have any lap cars. That caution really hurt a number of drivers in the process. Brady Columbus trying to get around Xavier Allsopp to put him a lap down, but really not getting the clean air. Carson Miller raced his way in. So those drivers that were starting to make green flag pit stops before that caution came out, that came back to haunt them. Morgan Le Fay will now go one lap down as a result. So that little strategy was going to work for the 32. Unfortunately, it came back to haunt her. And now these drivers can make it the rest of the way on fuel. As Brady Columbus still having troubles trying to get around the McDonald's Ford. It's Mohammed Zain trying to get around the 32, and he's done successful. Here comes K Amirmoez in the 10. Didn't talk much about K. He was running around in the top 10 for most of this race. K comes in this race 11th in points. This could put him in the top 10 in the championship after today's race. We'll have 10 laps of racing to go next time by. Want to remind everybody this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmitted or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog team and the World Racing Association want to thank you fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Brady Columbus has led the most laps today. But the 32 is probably regretting not staying out unless they told her to come to pit road. But that's going to hurt a number of drivers who were hoping for a nice little green flag run. Jessie R dropped to 34th. She was like 23rd last time we saw her. So those round of pit stops did not help her. And now Jessie R is going to be in a very precarious position because Jessie R is going to more likely have to qualify her way into the show. But as I mentioned, that is going to depend if the 64 is still in the top 30 in the standings leaving today, in the driver's standings. Oh, and Brady Columbus has to pit. That's going to turn the race lead over to Cat Zero. Must be a flat tire. Ah, no. Brady Columbus was going to win this race, and now that's not going to happen. As K Amirmoez is now the leader. Oh no, Cat Zero can't make it. Oh no. Nobody can make it. 2 to go. M Zain is the leader. What is going on at the end of this race? I swore they had enough fuel to make it the rest of the way. Does Muhammad have any fuel left? Or does he have to pit? He's good to go. Abigail Lynn can't make it. White flags in the air. One more lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. This race has really turned on its head completely. With drivers running out of fuel in the closing stages of this race. Oh my goodness me. And coming off of turn 4 in the most chaotic fashion, M Zain is going to win the Boyd Gaming 300 at Las Vegas. Are you serious? I thought for sure everybody was going to make it to the end. Apparently, some drivers might have ran out of gas as a result. Oh my. It's like Carson Miller couldn't make it on fuel. I am in disbelief what just happened in this race. Standings are official, by the way. Holy cat. That was probably one of the craziest finishes I've ever seen in this series. Callie Springer was second fiddle basically all day long. We'll get a second place result. Samad Ozkan was third. Where did he come from in the closing stages of this race? We didn't see him much at the front for most of this race. Jamie Bodine fourth. Olivia Jackson stayed in the top 10 all day long. Comes home in fifth. Luna Farmer gets sixth. That's good for Luna because that could give her some confidence boosters going into tomorrow's Winston Cup Series race. Rosalinda Masterson gets seventh. Well-needed run from her. Emily Green eighth. Bora Park ninth. And Marcus Sellers complete the top 10. And the honorable mention of Ashlyn Wright gets 11th. Great run for Ashlyn Wright. Great run for London Jackson and Addison Peterson. In particular, Addison Peterson had a quiet run, was running towards the rear of the field for most of this race till that caution came out. She comes all the way to finish 12th. Atta girl, Addie. Very proud of you, honey. Same with London Jackson. Well-needed run from her. Liliana Beta, that little gamble trying to come to pit road before the caution almost backfired her. She could have finished 35th. Instead, comes home 14th. So talk about luck of the Irish is on her side, if you ask me. And completing the top 15 is the points leader, Daniel Gitiroyk. Boy, that caution and pit stops really hurt a number of drivers in the process. 21 drivers finished on the lead lap. Anna McDowell was the last of them. She ran out of fuel towards the end of that race. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, 40 of them finished on the lead lap, so 19 drivers ran out of fuel. Brady Columbus looking like she was going to win the race. 27th is where she's going to end up. Morgan Le Fay came to pit road when that caution came out, got put a lap down, never recovered. 28th for her. Lauren Grubius, not the day she was hoping for, but hopefully she learned something that could help her tomorrow in the Winston Cup Series. As far as that is concerned, Billy Kitchens was the last car to finish the race in the 40th position, and two drivers did not reach the conclusion of the race. They were the only two that brought out our only caution of the race, Josh Harmon and Brenda Eveling. They will both finish in the 41st and 42nd position, respectively. Jessie Art, not a good run for her. Not a good run for Dylan Ibrahimian. Kyle Langeland, second in points, 24th. This is going to be a big hit for him. T Tupola, 30th. Let's see. Alex Winters was top 10 in the points. So a lot of drivers that came in running very well in the standings really did not need some bad results. So Las Vegas played its part in a point shaker-upper in the Truck Series. You bet your bottom dollar it will play a point shaker-upper here in the Busch Series heading into next week's race at Phoenix International Raceway. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed today's race. Subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We showed your full finish results. Your point standings are down in the description heading into next week's race at Las Vegas. Now for our studio engineer, Caleb Hobbs, I'm D DeVos. Thank you for joining me and saying goodbye here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We appreciate you guys joining us here today. Coming up next, we'll rejoin the Infinity Network Sports Studios programming already in progress. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Winston Cup race here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You've been watching the World Racing Association of Greatest Racing since 2013.